Well, I think at the core of BioWare's games, there's always this. We're trying to convey epic storylines. We're trying to make an amazing experience for players and just really immerse them in our worlds and have realistic, compelling characters to interact with. So the thing that the 360 allows us to do is to create more credible, more immersive worlds and more amazing characters to interact with, and that allows us to tell better stories. So that's the core of the BioWare game, and we're finding that's really fulfilled by the 360. I think it's even broader than that. It's that there's the story, there's the character progression, there's the exploration, there's the exploration and the combat as well. So there's an activity chain, that we're trying to allow different players to experience our games in different ways, and Mass Effect has elements of all those things.
What we showed at E3 was just the very beginning of the fighting system, the combat system in the game. It's actually, in some ways, similar to what we've done in the past, where you got a team to develop. So over the game, the key thing with the game, it's not just the moment-to-moment combat what the player has to think about. They actually have to consider the strategic choices they make during the course of developing their characters, because you really specialize into different skills and abilities and powers, and not only that, you can also customize your equipment. Every type of equipment is modifiable. X mods is what we're calling them. So really, what's cool about the game is it's not just how well do I press the button and how well do I aim. There's sort of before the combat, the strategy and planning that goes into being successful and tailoring it to a specific combat. Then during combat, you've got a wealth of things you can do. It's not just simply like a regular action game where you press the button and things happen. It's you press the button, you lock on, then you think about and act out what you want to do on the enemies too.
And it's really a unified experience. So suppose you get a quest from somebody, so the story part, and you get some new items and progression in terms of the weapon mods. You can upgrade your weapons or your biotic powers, and then you take those to a new area that you're exploring, and then you get to deploy them in tactical squad-based combat, all in real time. And then you fulfill your mission, and you get a new item, or you get a new quest fulfilled, and you go back to talk to the original character, and that leads to a new adventure. You travel around the world in uncharted worlds, and it's a grand adventure, and it all ties together. And the combat's very, very strategic, and also tactical.
Certainly, there's members of the Knights of the Old Republic team working on the game. Casey, the project director, and some other folks. But there's also a lot of other people that worked on Jade Empire and other BioWare games. The game itself is very different. It's got a broad sense of scale that really is different than anything we've ever done before. I mean, just the concept of the player being able to jump into Normandy and fly off and explore planets, and it's actually taking us somewhere we haven't gone for a long time as a developer, and that's one of the really exciting things about the game. So I would say it's a very big, different experience. And I think the other big thing about it as well is the type of story we can tell. Again, it's such a big story that we're extending it across a number of games, and our real focus is really drawing the player in emotionally. And I think before anything we've ever done before, what we see we can do now in terms of the emotional attachment with the characters, it supersedes what we've done in the past. That's what really makes it different.